which I need to be in. Right? I need to give it a chance to at least get to that level.
Let's go. I don't really like this one. There we go. What is moving? I ain't got nothing moving today. Okay, so ATL hand is halted, or was it halted? Okay. MTVA. HSCS. Let me look at some of these other ones. HSCS. Hell no. Nah. That's not happening. Let's see. ATL. That's that cheap one. Damn, that one went down to $1.12. Still watching and waiting for right now. SpaceX going down. Damn. That shit going down. All-time lows. SpaceX is at all-time lows. So the open is 150. Yep. Damn, that mug dropped $10 a share. Insane. Absolutely insane. Shout out to the 19 in the building. Appreciate you being here. It's my first ever live trading session. Shout out to Kaylee. Shout out to Brian. I see you, Jeff. I see you, Leia. I'm just I ain't even took no trades yet today, y'all. I'm just looking at stuff. And ain't nothing looking good. Okay, let's switch this back over. You know what, let me see if I can pop out the chat box. Pop out. Yeah, let's do that. That way I can keep that up. I keep the chat box over here so I can see it. So I was looking at, what was I looking at first? This right here, Blaze, BLZE, went up from $8 to $10. As you can see right here on the 5-minute. Had a nice little move, but then I checked the float. Float way too high. No volume. Okay, let's see if we can fix that. Testing, testing. Can you hear me? No volume still? Hold on, y'all. I'm fixing some stuff around right now. Trying to get everything situated on these screens. What we got? What we got? Any volume now? Are we coming in loud and clear? Are we coming in loud and clear? Let me know. Oh, looks like I didn't pause the scanners. I'm tripping. Okay, so CRMT might be worth looking at. Let me go ahead and check that out. CRMT. CRMT. Ooh, look at this. This is moving. A million shares of volume. Let's see. Thanks for the gifts. Appreciate that. I think my microphone needed to be reconnected. So I'm looking at this over. Let's look at the daily chart. I don't know, this one kind of might be kind of tricky. What's the float on this? So every stock that was on the pre-market gap up scanner, it wasn't looking too good. Usually I beat and already had my first trade of the day by now. But today seemed like it's kind of slow. Nothing on the scanners really was moving enough. So now it's just kind of like wait and watch. And I ain't seeing nothing hitting the high day scanner that's looking too interesting. S dot halted up. It looks like everybody looking at this stock right now though. After them 3 back-to-back green candles, I don't know. Let's see how high I want to go up. Because looking at this daily chart, they got a lot of resistance on the way up. I mean, a lot. And it ain't got no gap fill either. Okay, what's this? XNDU. It ain't got a lot of volume. Let me go check it out. XNDU. Oh no, that don't look good at all. I don't like that. Low volume. Let's go back to CRMT. I'm using Dash Trader. DAS Trader. Yeah, no trades yet so far for me. Everything that I've seen so far just not looking like no good entries. It ain't looking like something that's moving enough for me. Volume index ain't really there. I'm looking for something that's just running up on high relative volume and starting to, create that pattern. Give some opportunities for some entries. This thing pulling back a little bit. It's in a nice price range, but I'm looking at this daily chart down here, and this daily chart do not look good because all of these days it ain't really made no big moves. The only day it made a real big move is on this day right here, this red candle, and it went from 6 to 12, but it went down from 12 to $6. So that ain't really a good sign of this thing going up and making no moves. But we'll see. Today could be the day. You never know. True that. Shout out to the chat. I appreciate y'all being here. It's been a minute, huh? I ain't did no live ride along in a second. But I've been doing this every single morning, getting my practice in. So I figured, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if I can get a little live stream set up. I ain't even got all my stuff set up all the way. I need my lights set up above me. I need to be using my better camera instead of this laptop camera. This freaking webcam give you 720p, but it's all good. You use what you got. So let's see. RDGT is halted. Let's see. Where is it halted down? Yeah. Oh my God, look at that. It halted. Damn, it gave back the whole move. That's all bad. That's all bad. I bet, James. Oh, I bet, man. SpaceX, look at SpaceX right now. It just hit all-time lows. But it bounced back. Okay. It hit the low down here at 147. Now it's bouncing back to 153. That's a nice bounce. I was getting a little worried right there at that 147 area. I'm like, shit, if it go down lower than that, SpaceX might hit $100 a share today. But it looks like it's reversing though. I'm not seeing nothing that looks interesting this morning. I think this might be the first day in 2 weeks where I haven't had a trade yet in the first hour of me sitting down. Let's see. HSCS coming back up. Let's see. HSCS. This one was on the higher day scanner. I think this one was like the number 5 gapper this morning. But I mean, in this price range right here, if it ain't already broke out to $4 or $5, it's showing me that it ain't really strong. Showing me that it ain't strong enough. So right now what we doing is we are practice trading in the simulator, trading on the stock market, live market data, and we trying to hone our skills as far as buying the dip and selling the rip. And I've been doing pretty good this week so far. And I did okay last week. I had a few great days last week, couple bad days last week. But so far this week, counting yesterday and today with me making no trades, I've been doing great. So the plan is to practice for at least another month or maybe even longer before I put any real money into my Interactive Brokers account. And you know what? You can never get too much practice anyways. We've been pretty fortunate these last 2 weeks with the removal of the PDT trading rule. It's created a lot of volatility in the market. Okay, so it looks like something else is halted. I'm gonna take a look at it. WYHG. WYHG. Let's take a look at that. Damn, this motherfucker just went down. Low volume. Went down, halted down, not touching it. Okay, so I got so many stocks on my screen that I'm looking at. I'm gonna reload my layout so that all them other ones that I don't care about can just go away. Ooh, today is there's not a lot of momentum. So it looks like HSCS is what we're gonna have to look at for right now. And like I said, if it can make a move over $4, you know, it might be able to do something, but I ain't got a whole lot of faith in it. I'll tell you that right now. I don't got a whole lot of faith in it. FCUV on light volume for now. Let's check it out. Ain't like we got nothing else to look at. Appreciate that call out. FCUV. Ooh, look at that. Now this looks so much better. Look, it is on light volume, but look at that chart. Look at that level 2. Look how it's moving. It looked like it's about to get halted up. It just came out of a halt. So this is the halt resumption. Okay. Ooh, this is looking nice. I like this. I like this. Let's look at this daily chart. It's got some gap fill, but it looked like it might have did some reverse splits too, because I see this $50 level. I don't know if it did that without hitting a reverse split. All right, so if you look in the bottom right, it's getting halted up at $3.91. This is looking good. Appreciate that shout out right, that call out right there. That was a solid call out. Now, this thing could drop out of this halt. It could drop out of this halt. So it's halted up. Let's mark some levels out. Okay, now we got some action. This is what I like to see. Shout out to Drew. That was a solid call out right there. So now we got some action, something to look at. And it's just now hitting my scanner now. So whatever you're using is a good scanner. So what I like to do is I like to mark out some levels of support and resistance. Now looking at the daily chart down here, You know, it's got a ways to go before it really truly break out. But I can mark some levels within this little move that it's just made right here. Definitely gonna mark the high of 391, and I'm gonna send that to all my charts so that it just reflects the same. I'm gonna duplicate that line, and I'm gonna also mark out the bottom of that candle, because this candle represents the what just happened out of that first halt, right? So we got that, boom. And then, since we don't really have a whole lot of levels to mark out down here on the daily chart, I also got me a 10-second chart right here, but I'll use that more as once I actually enter the trade. I want to mark out what happened before this stock halted too. Again, like you noted out, it's on low volume, so we're gonna keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and mark out the top of this candle, and now we start to see a little range, right? We got the high of 391. I think that's the high day. Yep, that's the high day. And then we got where this candle opened, 343, and then we got the lows down here of basically where it halted at the first time. I'm looking over here on my order montage window, and the VWAP is at $3.32. So basically, as soon as this thing broke over VWAP out of that halt, it got a rush of volume. So what I need to see coming out of this halt, this is the second halt basically. I need to see this thing dip. You know, it might halt and halt. It might open up higher, and that's gonna be a risky entry because it's gonna be very extended. But if it shows strength and it provide a good dip, you might can have an entry somewhere around this 391 level, up under $4. And then conversely, if it open at the same level or lower, I gotta look for that support down at the VWAP because that's gonna be a safe entry. It's good that we found it where we found it at, but you want to make sure you getting a safe entry because if you just hop in as it's squeezing up, you chasing it, and sometimes that work, but more often than not, you might get caught in the drop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be looking at this very closely out of this first halt with low volume. It got a low float too, so that's working in its favor. It's only got a 620,000 share float, so that's good. And look, hopefully y'all can hear everything I'm saying too, because I ain't used this microphone in like 6 months. I hope it's working properly. But yeah, we got some action. We're gonna see what happened. Shout out to the chat. I see we got some traders in the building. Drew, Reed, anything for clicks, D-Dub. I see Reed in the building. I see Jehu. Appreciate you guys being here. This is how we gonna be rich right here. This is how you become rich. You know, learning the market, learning the trends, the way it's moving, support and resistance. Now, it's hundreds and hundreds of different ways you can approach the market. This is the way I choose to do it. So looks like S dot is also halted on low volume, and ATLN is halted once again too. So this stock right here, FCUV, I think I've traded this in the past. It's halted at 952. So that means it's gonna open up 5 minutes later at 9:57 and 11 seconds, unless it's a 10-minute halt. So we got about a minute until it open up. I'm gonna look at S dot real quick because it probably halted down. Yeah, this one halted down. It's currently still above VWAP, but the volume's light. And then we got ATLN. No, ATLN. This one is just a cheaper stock, so you'd have to buy that many more shares in order to see a good move. We got less than a minute on FCUV. Let's see what it do on this resumption. Shout out to Drew for calling this stock out. Now, be mindful. We only have 713,000 shares traded so far. Normally on these stocks, we see tens of millions of shares traded by this point. So you want to be careful on this and let it decide which way it want to go. It might even halt down or halt up, but you don't want to get caught in that halt down. So be careful. Looks like it's going to be a 10-minute halt. Yep, Drew, looks like we're looking at a 10-minute halt, my brother. We are looking at a 10-minute halt ski. That's cool. So on my level two, it's showing a opening price of $4.03. That's what I'm seeing on my level two. WYHG is now halted at $5. Okay, so since this one is gonna be halted for at least 5 more minutes, look at WYHG. It halted up on that low volume. Well, I guess it did move 60 cents in a short amount of time. That's crazy. That's a weird halt up on that one. Wait, is it actually halted? No, it's not even halted yet. It looked like it's about to halt. Oh, that's super risky. Yeah, that's super risky. WYHG, 25-cent spread between the bid and the ask. It's 50 cents, but it's 75 cents below the VWAP. And it's teasing a halt up with low volume. That's a trap. 1,000 shares on the 1 minute candle. Damn, that's crazy. So right now, traders, I'm still sitting and watching. I see GITS got 27 million shares of volume. GITS. See, the only problem is when you start looking at a whole bunch of different stocks like this, trying to find something moving, your stock list get cluttered. I already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different stocks that I've looked at, and I ain't placed a trade on none of them yet. So it's getting a little cluttered. So we have about 2 minutes until the resumption on FCUV. Now the fact that it halted for 10 minutes might be a good thing, but we still gotta see. You gotta be careful. It has lots of room on the daily. Okay. Let's see what it want to do. We need it to at least hit. See, the problem with FCUV is the volume. The volume is the part where you got a lot of risk of it dropping, because on the days where it made big moves, it had big volume bars too. So we needed to first crack that million shares of volume. But really, I see one day right here where it had 3 million shares of volume, and I mean it went up about $6 a share, but we about 2.5 million shares of volume away from it having that kind of level. So let's see. And in the meantime, let's keep our eyes on these scanners and see if anything else is moving. I'm not used to even talking this much while I trade though, but maybe it's a good thing that I'm able to talk my thought process out while I'm looking at this and executing these trades. That might be therapeutic for me. So ATLN is up 170%. That's great, but that float at 38 million shares is kind of high. Okay, we about a minute away from resumption. FCUV. A minute until resumption. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Don't leave me hanging. Hit that like button for your boy. I caught oil in January and sold at 119. Nice. That's nice. Okay, now that I see that, let's see. Because I can see the chat. Yeah, I don't think it's in the way right there. Okay, so we got a resumption. Okay. It opened a lot higher. It opened at 460, but look, it's dipping. This actually might be good. Let me get my order entry ready. I'm gonna go in with 1,000 shares. I'm gonna go in with 1,000. Let's see. If it breaks 5, I guess I'm setting my order at $5. Okay. Now this is looking good. This is where I open up the 10-second chart and really start to get dialed in. Okay, so we now up to 2 million shares of volume. The volume is red, so it's a lot of selling happening, but that's to be expected. It's almost up, $1.50 a share off of that first halt level. Okay, it's pulling back good. This might be an entry for me, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, because that volume index is going up in a direction that I like to see, and we above VWAP. Well, now we're not above VWAP. Yeah, we below VWAP now, so now everything I said just went out the window. It gotta hold. It gotta hold this level right here. And I don't know if I really want to be a buyer below VWAP. VWAP is $4. It looked like it's curling. It looked like it's curling, guys. Might get my first trade of the day on this one. Let me go ahead and get myself all the way ready. Cause it looked like it's gearing up for a reversal. Yeah, it looked like it's holding VWAP. I'm gonna go ahead and take a starter right there, 1,000 shares. Keep my stop tight. I'm in at 409. Ain't that just lovely? Ain't that just lovely? 409 on the entry, and then it dropped 10 cents instantly. Yeah, I'm gonna take my loss on that one. I'm taking it. Yep. That wasn't the curl. So basically, exactly what I said that I was scared to happen happened. I got in right there thinking it was holding VWAP and it flushed on me. So now it's 20 cents below VWAP. I want to give it another shot, but where is the safe entry at? Well, the bottom of that candle is below VWAP. Don't like to buy below VWAP. So I guess I need to wait for the next 5-minute candle and this pattern to fully shake out. There go the reversal right there. It shook me out early. That happens. Now what to do? I'm down 440 on that 1,000 shares. Will it push back to 460? I gotta set my order back at 5. See, it looked like it's reversing on the 1 minute, but it also could be a trap. Because look at that. The VWAP is now at 397. What's the float on this? This the low float one. Yeah. Gotta hold my horses on this one. Because it got me on that flush. But I didn't want to risk it going down, back down to 3. Okay, so now that 1-minute candle just reclaimed. Yep, that's to be expected. That's to be expected. So I had the right idea, but I definitely got out way too early. Because as you can see, this thing is right back up to those levels. Sometimes you just got to eat it on the chin. And you got to look at it like, I had the right idea and I got chopped out a little bit. It went down on me. But I didn't want to buy it that low. So sometimes you just got to get chopped out and wait for the next entry. So the good thing is it didn't flush all the way. Because if it would have flushed all the way, it would have been all the way out of play. But since it didn't flush, we good. We still got another opportunity to hop back in there. Now, where are we going to hop back in there at? That's the question. Nice. Nice. You doing some crypto trading? That's what's up. Okay, so I got my order set at $5 still, but I need to wait for a nice pullback. That volume is looking good. Is that a pullback? Yeah, I'm taking it. A little small. Might have to take it off the table. It went against me instantly. Let's give it a chance. Let's give it a chance. It might flush on me. It looked like it's about to flush on me. Those top and tails on the 10-second. So it looks like we lost another 14 cents on that one. So 2 trades so far, 2 losers. All right, so let's mark out some new levels. The higher that candle. False breakout over 511. Yeah, this thing is very choppy. My original idea was the right one. Got chopped out, missed the move, and now it's doing false breakouts. And I think my son just woke up too. So don't be a buyer up there. This thing choppy. This thing is choppy. All right, that's a nice little drop right there. Let's see if we can catch a curl. We went from 5. I need to see that next 1 minute candle. It's reversing right there. No, don't reverse right there. Yeah, come back down a little bit more. Come back down to about 450. Because you seem like you like to bounce down there. These levels that it's reversing at is a little choppy. It's reversing right here. We need it to come down like to here. If it's going to reverse, it need to reverse like right here. You ain't never lied, Drew. That last trade, I tried to get in for the break of 5. Got in at 96. Sold at 80. And it still broke out. I'm selling too early. Okay, that's a nice dip. That's a dip that I like to see right there. Let me see if it get bought up. Or if it's going to dip twice. Ooh, it looked like it got bought up. That dip looked like it's getting bought up. Let's see if we can make something happen on that one. 450. Damn, I got filled at 460. Jesus Christ. I guess I got out before the big drop, but damn. Yep, we got cooked on that one. So we are down 740 on just that stock. So trading 1,000 shares, I basically lost 70 cents. I lost a little bit on that one, a little bit on. I lost the most on this one though. This first trade, I lost the most on that one. Then this one, trying to buy this breakout, at least I got out early. And then on this final one, at least I'm getting out earlier. But now look at this thing. It's down at 420. The VWAP is at 444. It smoked me 3 times. Guess I might have to be done on this one. Because if I hit $1,000, that's max loss. Trading with 1,000 shares, practicing. That's basically saying you lost $1 per share. Now, $1 per share ain't the end of the world. Because if we done seen stocks go from $5 to $20, so to make, multiple dollars per share ain't unheard of. But if we at this time period in the day and I ain't have no trades pre-market, it's a higher chance I'm gonna just keep losing money. Nothing really hitting the scanners that's looking like it's gonna give some more opportunities. I ain't quite ready to get throwing in the towel just yet. But I mean, hey, one more trade. If it don't start to turn around, probably be done for the day. Cause sometimes you just gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. And I don't like being down 740, but that's why you practice. Gotta dial in them entries. On that first trade, if I would have got in a little lower and held a little longer, it would have been a green trade. Second trade, basically the same thing. If I would have held just a couple seconds longer, I could have got out on the next candle. But hindsight is 2020. I'd rather look at it and acknowledge that and figure that out versus holding and hoping that it go back up. So getting out quickly is the best move because normally where I enter at, it go up right away. So if it don't go up right away, it's okay. Just wait for the next one. How many trades do you take a day? Uh, while I've been practicing, I've been taking like 100 trades a day while I'm practicing. Because my thing is I'm just more trying to dial in on the entries of the flag patterns to the long side. That's my main goal, getting my entries dialed in. Because once I go live in my live account, I'm gonna limit myself to a certain amount of trades per day. Because even though the PDT rule is gone, I still don't want to over abuse my margin on my account. So that way, if I limit myself on trades, I can trade however many shares I want, but I give myself a max loss and I give myself a limit on the amount of trades I can take. That way, I'm minimizing my risk and keeping myself in the market as long as possible. Because before, I would just fucking not even take that into consideration because I was battling the PDT. Now that I ain't got to worry about that, I got to use that to my advantage. So yeah, I don't know if FCUV. I'm done on that one. I don't know if I can short in this simulator account, but I ain't even trying to place no short trades on this either. And I ain't seeing nothing else hitting the scanner. You like the new PDT rule? I used to hate being flagged until I changed my account. Yes, I do like the new PDT rule. I'm very happy about that. I started the day down 900, finished up 440. Hey, that's a great day. I love it when we can go from red to green. That's always a great feeling right there. Hopefully, I can join you over on the green side here shortly. Okay, looks like it just popped back up above VWAP, man. This thing is a trap. This thing is a trap, man. If this thing squeeze up and get halted, I'm gonna be salty. I'm not gonna lie. It reversed with that much strength under VWAP. The thing is, I'm getting smoked on this 10-second chart though. I'm thinking my entries is solid. You never know until you go. See if you want to pull back. See, these shooting star candles is what's killing me. Them green candles be so nice, and then the next candle be a stupid, ugly red one. So, are we gonna reverse off of this level now? Risky, risky, risky. Look like SpaceX popped up a nicely, popped back up $10 a share. That's good. Looks like we got 450 pulling back. Look like it's making a bottom in that 450 area. I don't trust this damn thing, man. Okay, there go 480. That's 20 cents. I ain't gonna lie. I need $1 out of this stock at this point. I need a full dollar out of this mug. It done took 70 cents from me. Shout out to T-Duz. What's up, brother? We doing some live trading practicification. Okay. The 1 minute pullback. I still don't. This thing is just too risky. Look at this. It's just too risky. These levels ain't valid. It's not respecting the levels. It just ain't. This stock do whatever the hell it want to do. So I see resistance right there at 490. Is the entry down at 460 again? I mean, it's testing it out. Well, shit. All right, we got a pullback. 460, 446 is the VWAP. And see, the crazy thing is, buying below VWAP is a trap. Buying below VWAP, hoping for that push over the VWAP can be a trap. I don't like to do that. I agree. I'm feeling the same way at that $5 level. Yeah. Now I look at this daily chart after I done mapped out these levels, and it makes it a little bit more clearer. Look at all this resistance on. Oh, my son up. Hold on, y'all. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Bye. Bye, baby. Alrighty. Let's make the money. Let's make the money. Alright, you give me 1 second. I'm gonna give you everything you need. You said phone? Oh, it broke below VWAP? Alright, cool. YDES. YDES. Low volume. Okay. Ooh, FCUV about to get halted down. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, baby. Hi. What you reaching for? No. You don't need that. You don't need that. Here, you want some glasses?
Glasses?
Yeah, some glasses. You can have that. Some glasses. You like them? You look so cool. You look so cool. Look at you. It's too bright, huh? You said, I just woke up, man. You tripping. I just woke up, man. You tripping. CITT. Let's see how CITT doing. This ain't looking good. CITT.
Glasses?
Yeah, glasses. CIIT.
Glasses?
Yeah, I know you probably ready for some food, buddy. You ready for some food, ain't you? I know. Let's go get you some food, man. Alrighty, we had a good trading session for the day, but looks like we might be done. Looks like we might be done. Oh yeah, you like it?
No, wash.
Just wash?
Wash.
Brush?
Wash.
Where's the brush at?
Wash.
You know where it's at?
Wash.
Brush.
Wash.
Brush.
Wash.
Wash?
Wash.
You want to wash? Alright, hold on. We'll go take a bath. I got you. Well, alrighty, traders. We will see you guys next time. Me and Baby Trader here got some things to do. We got glasses. We got baths. We got food to eat. So we will see you guys next time. Thanks for being here. We enjoyed it. Until next time, guys.